Are you thinking about moving to downtown Cincinnati? Before you pack your bags, let's talk about what it's really like to live in the heart of the city. The vibrant culture, the convenience, but also the challenges. Is downtown Cincinnati the urban dream you've always wanted? Or could it end up being more of a headache than you expected? Stick around to find out. In this video, I'm breaking down the pros and the cons of living in downtown Cincinnati so that you can make an informed decision before your next move. So let's get started. Okay, so I had big plans to film this stuff in the downtown area, but unfortunately here in Cincinnati we just got about a foot of snow in a matter of 2 days, and I was able to get some of my footage in right before that, but unfortunately I didn't finish. So we're just gonna have to deal with this. I do have some other footage that I've taken various times throughout in downtown Cincinnati, so I'll use that throughout this video as well. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get down there to see the snow-covered city right now. Welcome to downtown Cincinnati, the heart of the Queen City. Whether you're considering a move here or you're just curious about the downtown lifestyle, you're in for a treat. From its stunning skyline to its mix of business, culture, great outdoor spaces, and entertainment, downtown Cincinnati offers something for everyone. Today, we're going to mostly be focusing on Over-the-Rhine, or OTR as people here know it, Pendleton, and the Central Business District, including the banks. I wanted to note that other areas like Mount Adams with its iconic hillside homes, and the West End, which is home to the TQL Stadium, and Mount Auburn, could be considered downtown, but we aren't going to be focusing on those areas today. This downtown area is home to some of the city's most iconic landmarks, like the Great American Tower, the Roebling Suspension Bridge, Fountain Square, and Music Hall here in OTR. The city boasts an impressive walkability score in the 90s, making it super easy to explore on foot, perfect for those who love the city vibe. It's overall pretty flat, except for a few inclines from the banks up to the Central Business District, and as you're going up into Clifton. If you're planning to head up to Mount Adams, then you better be ready because that is some challenging terrain. With a population of about 14,000 in the Central Business District, OTR, and Pendleton, downtown is home to a dynamic mix of professionals, creatives, and families, with only about 20 to 30% of them owning their own home. The median home value here is about $400,000, with condos, lofts, and townhouses being the main places to live. Whether you're buying or renting, there's something here for all kinds of city dwellers. If you're a young professional and you want to know the highly rated places to live here in Cincinnati, make sure you check out my other video, but I'll give you a sneak peek. OTR is ranked as the third best place for young professionals in Cincinnati, with its blend of historic charm and modern amenities and no shortage of nightlife. The more recent revitalization of this area has not gone unnoticed. My name is Angela Evans with Cincinnati Ohio Living. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know all about living in Cincinnati, then make sure you subscribe and tap the bell for notifications so that you can learn about life and, most importantly, the homes here in the Queen City. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. You can find all my contact information in the description box below. I'm a real estate agent licensed in Ohio, but I work with other agents that are licensed in Kentucky and Indiana as well. And we'd love to help you make a smooth move to the greater Cincinnati area. Don't hesitate to reach out today and get the conversation started. Okay, now let's get on to the perks of living downtown. Pro number 1, the walkable location. One of the biggest advantages of living downtown is quite obviously the walkability. Everything here is within walking distance. Grocery stores, pharmacies, fine dining, casual coffee shops, food trucks, the public library, parks, and obviously endless entertainment options. Whether you're grabbing a coffee at one of the local cafes, checking out a museum or show at the Airnoff, or trying out a new restaurant, you're just steps away from it all. No need to get in your car. And the public transportation options like the Metro bus and the streetcar, and the birds or the bikes that you'll find randomly throughout the downtown area, make getting around super easy. If you're up for a tour, I'd recommend checking out the Segway tours. Not only are they fun, and also maybe a little challenging, but you get to see a lot of the downtown area. Aside from the walkability, the area is central to everything that Greater Cincinnati has to offer. with the highways running right through downtown Cincinnati and northern Kentucky literally just a walk across the bridge away. Pro number 2, vibrant food and cultural scene. You just can't talk about downtown without mentioning the vibrant food and cultural scene here. With top-rated restaurants, museums, theaters, art galleries, music venues, and festivals, there's never a dull moment down here. Are you more into the sports and not so much the arts? Then it's always fun to catch a game at one of the professional sports stadiums. The Reds, Bengals, FC Cincinnati, and even the Cincinnati Cyclones. And for you foodies out there, the restaurants will not disappoint. From upscale restaurants like Boca and Soto to cozy places like the Eagle and the ever-changing food trucks, there's going to be no shortage of options here for where you want to dine. A personal favorite of mine is Gomez Salsa. You'll have to try their turtles, and they're not what you think. Condado's Tacos is at the Banks, and it's affordable, casual, and has delicious tacos and margaritas. I will say I don't consider myself a foodie or an adventurous eater, but I have a few friends that do, and I always let them choose when we're coming out to eat down here. You'll also find Findlay Market, one of the oldest public markets in Ohio, which is a huge draw to the area with people coming here for locally sourced items. You also have farmers and flea markets during the warmer months at places like Washington Park. Our next pro is outdoor recreation and parks. It always amazes me how many beautiful parks are located right here in downtown Cincinnati. Smale Riverfront Park is probably one of my favorites, offering stunning views, walking paths, playgrounds, and a carousel all within walking distance of restaurants and the stadiums. You also have Washington Park, which is a hub and OTR for tons of events. It has a dog park, a playground, and a splash pad in the summertime. Ziegler Park is a little smaller, but you don't want to skip out on it. It has a pool open in the summertime, and its donors allow the park to offer free programming and free swim lessons and other discounted camps year-round. And don't forget about places like Sawyer Point and Yateman's Cove, home to concerts and fireworks with pickleball and tennis courts and the iconic Serpent Wall. Connected to Sawyer Point is the International Friendship Park, offering a beautiful oasis just minutes from the hustle and bustle of the city. I love how these beautiful parks offer a variety of events throughout the year, bringing even more to the already booming cultural scene. Pro number 4, the housing. Now, chances are, if you're watching this video, you probably already know what to expect for the housing here in downtown Cincinnati. You probably consider most of the aspects a positive, but for those of you that are on the fence, here are some of the facts. Downtown areas tend to have higher rent and selling prices than suburban areas, and it can get pricey depending on the location. Plus, if you're after more space, you might have to compromise or pay a premium for a larger unit. Most of the housing downtown is going to be condos, lofts, or townhouses with little to no yard. Now, to some of you, that's going to sound amazing. Less yard, less space, less maintenance. Plus, you're getting historical buildings that have been renovated with modern amenities, making each space unique. But to some of you, having your own yard or an extra bedroom or bathroom might be a necessity, meaning you'll have to ultimately decide what is more important to you. It'll be noisier living in the city than in a suburb, and many times you'll be living above or below someone, which is something to think about. So let's briefly touch on the housing costs. There are 51 homes currently on the market in OTR Pendleton in the Central Business District. The median house here was built in 1890, and it's a 1-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,000 square feet. The median list price at the time of this video is $318,000, or right around $330 per square foot. Almost all of these are currently active, which means they're not under contract and have been on the market for a median of 73 days. So normally I only do single family homes and don't include condominiums in my stats, but only 6 of the current listings were listed as single family homes. The rest are all listed as condominiums. So in the last year, about 130 homes have sold in downtown, which I'm including to be OTR, Pendleton, and the Central Business District. Only about 20 of these were designated in the Cincinnati MLS as single-family homes. The median selling price was $375,000, or about $302 per square foot. The median property was a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet, and built in 1890. The median days that these homes stayed on the market before going under contract was just 16. The vast majority of the homes on the market currently are under $400,000. All right, so what do you love about downtown? Do you have any insider tips? If you have a favorite restaurant or shop that you like to go to, drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and try out some of your favorites. Now let's balance this out with some of the challenges you can face with downtown urban living. All right, con number 1, the housing. Okay, so I already talked about this. While some may consider downtown living a positive aspect, some are going to consider it a negative aspect. That all just depends on your specific taste. I'd love to help you weigh the pros and cons of living here in Cincinnati. You can book a Zoom call with me today, and that link is in the description box below. Con number 2, traffic and parking issues. While you're in the heart of the city, that also means you're going to deal with some major congestion, especially during peak hours or big events. Parking can also be expensive and challenging too. If you live downtown, some buildings may offer parking, but it's not always included, and it can add to your monthly costs. Some of the time, you're not going to have a driveway or a garage to park your car in, and you're going to be parking on the street, and most of the times maybe having to pay for parking as well. Parking garages and parking on the street are a norm here, so make sure you plan for the extra expense. Many of the streets downtown are one-way streets, so it can make getting places take a little longer if you miss a turn or if roads are closed. Con number 3, the crime. If you've seen my video on crime already, then you know that Cincinnati did not make the top 25 most dangerous places to live in the United States. But the more densely populated downtown urban area does have higher crime rates than many suburban areas here, usually coming within the top 5 for crime rates here in Cincinnati. A quick Google search will return plenty of results for crime data, but a good starting point is crimegrade.org. It's important that you do your research and know what type of area you're buying in. Maybe you don't know this, but as a real estate agent, I can't actually tell you if an area is considered safe or not. Many people always ask that question, and the best thing I can do is point you to resources that can help you educate yourself, and also recommend that you drive around the area, talk to people at local restaurants or shops. Property crimes, including burglary, theft, and vehicle break-ins, are more common in downtown Cincinnati. These crimes typically happen in areas with higher foot traffic or less surveillance. While violent crime, including assault and robbery, does occur in downtown Cincinnati, it tends to be concentrated in specific areas or during certain hours, particularly late at night or in less populated regions of the downtown area. Like many urban areas, downtown Cincinnati unfortunately experiences some drug-related crime, often tied to issues of addiction and homelessness, particularly in areas near public transportation hubs or certain public spaces. The Cincinnati Police Department has a strong presence downtown, particularly in higher traffic areas, and many downtown businesses as well as parks have security measures in place, like video cameras or private security patrols. So every city is going to have crime. The best thing that you can do is to research the crime rates and determine what your level of comfort is. And do what we're doing here. You weigh the pros and the cons of each area and make your decision based on that. Con number 4, the weather. Obviously, weather here in Cincinnati is unpredictable. We experience all 4 seasons here, and some people would argue that we actually experience way more seasons than that. But if you enjoy the walkability that downtown typically provides, just know that walking, biking, and scootering may be limited during poor weather conditions, like rain or snow, or extremely hot and humid days. You might have to use your car more during these extreme weather times, or adapt your clothing for changes to the weather. I will say that I ended up having to film part of this video in my car today, which I don't usually like doing, but it is 28 degrees right now, and feels like it's 19, and I forgot my gloves. So I was planning to have my cute fingerless mittens all ready to go so that I could, put them off and on as needed. And of course I forgot them. So here I am filming some of this video in my car. So what do you think? Is downtown Cincinnati right for you? If you're drawn to the convenience and culture of the downtown or the historic charm and creative energy of Over-the-Rhine and Pendleton, these neighborhoods offer something special. Like anywhere, there are pros and cons to living in downtown Cincinnati. If you're looking for more peace and quiet or more affordable housing with more space, then a suburban area might be a better choice. If you know someone considering a move, or maybe you just enjoy this content, would you share this video with them now? And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell for notifications. That way you never miss a video. And if you're thinking about making a move, don't hesitate to reach out. You can call or text me at 513-951-3584 or email me at ange.sells.cincy@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you and help you find the right place to call home here in Cincinnati. I'll see you on the next one.